My beloved child, before we begin this sacred journey together, I need you to understand something profound. You did not find this message by chance. This is a divine appointment, orchestrated by my perfect wisdom, delivered with perfect timing, just for you. Every word you are about to hear has been written with love, with divine intention, with you specifically in mind. I know you have been struggling with a relationship that has caused you pain, confusion, and heartache. I know you have been wondering if you should hold on or let go, if you should fight for connection or accept separation. I know your heart has been torn between love and wisdom, between hope and reality. Today, I bring you clarity wrapped in compassion, truth delivered with tenderness. I ask you now, precious one, to quiet every distraction around you. Put away the noise of this world and the voices of confusion. Let your heart be still and your spirit be open, for what I am about to reveal will bring you the peace you have been seeking and the freedom you desperately need. Please, stay with me until the very end. Subscribe to this channel and return daily, for I have more healing to pour into your heart, more wisdom to share about relationships, more love to lavish upon your wounded soul. Each day, new understanding awaits, deeper healing calls, clearer direction emerges. But today I speak truth that will set you free. Let us walk together through these 14 chapters of divine love and holy boundaries. My beloved child, I see the tears you have cried in secret over this relationship. I have witnessed every sleepless night you've spent wondering what went wrong, every anxious moment you've endured trying to make sense of their behavior, every heartbreak you've experienced when their actions didn't match their words. Your pain has not gone unnoticed. I have been with you through every difficult moment. I know how much you have invested in this connection. I see the love you have poured out, the forgiveness you have extended, the chances you have given, the hope you have maintained even when evidence suggested it was futile. Your heart has been generous, your spirit has been patient, your love has been genuine. None of this has been wasted, even though it feels like it has been unappreciated. You have been trying so hard to make this relationship work, haven't you? You have adjusted your expectations, modified your boundaries, compromised your values, and silenced your instincts in an attempt to preserve a connection that has been causing you more pain than peace. You have convinced yourself that love means enduring anything, accepting everything, and never giving up, no matter how much it costs your soul. But beloved, I want you to understand something that will change your perspective. Recognizing when someone is not meant to stay in your life is not a failure of love. It is an expression of wisdom. It is not giving up on love. It is choosing the right kind of love. It is not abandoning hope. It is placing your hope in me rather than in someone who cannot meet the needs of your heart. The confusion you feel about this relationship is not because you lack understanding. It is because you are trying to make sense of something that was never meant to make sense. You are attempting to find peace in a connection that was designed to teach you lessons, not provide you with lasting comfort. You are seeking permanence in what was meant to be temporary. I have watched you blame yourself for the dysfunction in this relationship. I have seen you wonder if you are not loving enough, not patient enough, not understanding enough. But precious one, you cannot love someone into loving you the way you deserve to be loved. You cannot be patient enough to change someone who is not ready to change. You cannot understand your way into a healthy relationship with someone who chooses unhealthy patterns. The pain you feel is not just about losing this person. It is about losing the version of this relationship that you hoped for, dreamed of, and believed was possible. You are grieving not just what was, but what you thought could be. You are mourning not just the person, but the potential you saw in them and in your connection with them. I want you to know that your pain is valid, your confusion is understandable, and your struggle is seen. There is no shame in having loved deeply, hoped completely, and invested fully in someone who was not able to reciprocate at the level you deserved. Your capacity to love is not a weakness. It is a strength that has been misplaced. The sleepless nights will end, beloved. The anxious thoughts will cease. The heartache will heal. But first, you must allow me to show you why this person was never meant to be a permanent part of your journey. They entered your life for reasons that will become clear, but those reasons do not include staying forever. I have been preparing your heart for this revelation, gently loosening the grip of false hope, slowly opening your eyes to see what love truly looks like. The signs have been there, whispered by my spirit to your spirit, but your desire for the relationship to work has made it difficult for you to receive the truth. Today that changes. Today I speak with clarity that penetrates confusion. Today I shine light into the areas that have been clouded by emotion and hope. Today you begin to see this relationship and this person through my eyes of perfect love and infinite wisdom. Your heart may resist what I'm about to reveal, but your spirit will recognize the truth. Trust your spirit over your emotions, my voice over your feelings, my wisdom over your wishes. What I am about to show you will hurt before it heals, but it will heal completely and permanently. You are ready for this truth, precious one. You have been prepared through your pain, strengthened through your struggle, and made wise through your experience. Now receive the liberation that comes from divine clarity about relationships that were never meant to last forever. Precious one, I want to teach you something that will revolutionize how you view relationships and free you from the pain of holding on to connections that were meant to be temporary. Every person who enters your life comes for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Understanding which category this person belongs to will bring you peace and help you release them with grace rather than bitterness. Some people enter your life for a reason, to teach you a lesson, to help you through a specific challenge, to show you something about yourself or about love. These relationships often feel intense and significant because they carry important purposes. But once that purpose is fulfilled, the relationship naturally evolves or ends. This person may have been a reason person in your life. Others come for a season, to walk with you through a particular chapter of your journey, to provide companionship during a specific period of growth, to share experiences that shape who you are becoming. Season relationships can be beautiful and meaningful, but they have natural expiration dates. When the season changes, these people often move on to their next assignment in someone else's life. The smallest category consists of lifetime people, those who are meant to journey with you from connection to eternity, through every season, for every reason. These relationships are rare and precious, marked by consistent mutual growth, unwavering commitment, and supernatural ability to weather every storm together. The pain you have been experiencing comes from trying to make a reason or season person into a lifetime person. You have been attempting to extend a relationship beyond its divine purpose, to force permanence where I designed temporariness, to create a lifetime connection with someone who was only meant to be in your life briefly. This person taught you valuable lessons about love, about yourself, about relationships. They may have shown you your capacity for forgiveness, your ability to hope, your strength to endure. They may have revealed your worth by showing you what you will and will not accept. They may have prepared you for the right relationship by showing you what the wrong one looks like. But once the lesson was learned, once the purpose was served, once the season was complete, the relationship was meant to evolve or end. Attempting to keep them in your life beyond their divine assignment creates friction, confusion, and pain for both of you. It's like trying to keep summer flowers blooming in winter. Beautiful, but impossible. I know this is difficult to accept because your heart became attached to someone who was never meant to be your permanent companion. You developed feelings for someone who was assigned to your life temporarily. You made plans with someone who was only meant to be part of your story for a chapter, not the entire book. The resistance you feel to letting this person go is natural, but it is not spiritual. Your emotions want to hold on, but your spirit knows the truth. Your flesh wants to fight for the relationship, but your soul recognizes that fighting against my design only brings suffering. Your mind wants to find ways to make it work, but your heart knows that forcing what isn't meant to be only delays your destiny. Think about the seasons in nature, beloved. Spring doesn't mourn when summer arrives. Summer doesn't resist when autumn comes. Autumn doesn't fight when winter approaches. Each season has its beauty, its purpose, its gifts, but none tries to extend itself beyond its appointed time. Each gracefully gives way to the next, trusting the wisdom of the one who designed the cycle. Your relationship seasons work the same way. Fighting the natural transition from one season to another creates unnecessary pain and prevents you from receiving the gifts that the next season wants to bring. Clinging to autumn prevents you from receiving the rest that winter offers. Holding on to winter blocks the new life that spring wants to birth. This person was a beautiful season in your life, precious one. They brought gifts, lessons, experiences, and growth that you needed. But their season in your life is complete. The lessons have been learned, the purposes have been served, the growth has been achieved. Now it's time to release them with gratitude and make space for the next season of relationships that I want to bring into your life. Releasing them doesn't mean the relationship was meaningless. It doesn't devalue what you shared or dismiss the love you felt. It simply acknowledges that everything has its time, every relationship has its purpose, and wisdom knows when to hold on and when to let go. Thank this person in your heart for the season they provided. Bless them as they move into their next assignment, and open your hands and heart to receive the lifetime relationships that are coming your way. My beloved child, I have been sending you signs for some time now that this relationship is not aligned with my best plan for your life. Your spirit has been receiving these signals, but your emotions have been overriding your spiritual discernment. Today, I want to help you recognize these signs clearly so that you can make decisions based on truth rather than hope. The first sign has been the constant drain on your peace. Healthy relationships should add to your sense of well-being, not subtract from it. You should feel more like yourself when you're with the right person, not less. If you find yourself constantly anxious, walking on eggshells, or feeling emotionally exhausted after interactions, your spirit is telling you that something is fundamentally wrong with this connection. I designed relationships to be sources of encouragement, not constant stress. While every relationship requires work and will have challenging moments, the overall trajectory should be toward greater peace, not perpetual turmoil. Your nervous system has been in a state of alert around this person, and that is my way of telling you that this connection is not safe for your soul. The second sign has been the pattern of inconsistency in their words and actions. One day they express deep love and commitment. The next day they are distant and unavailable. One moment they make promises about the future. The next moment they act as if you don't exist. This inconsistency is not just confusing. It is a clear indication that their heart is not settled about you or this relationship. I am a God of consistency, beloved. When I love, it is steadfast. When I commit, it is unwavering. When I make promises, they are certain. The person I have designed for your life will reflect these characteristics. They will love you consistently, not sporadically. They will be present emotionally, not just when it's convenient. They will honor their commitments, not change them based on their moods. The third sign has been your need to constantly justify their behavior to others and to yourself. When people who love you express concern about how you're being treated, and you find yourself making excuses for this person's actions, your spirit is trying to tell you something important. Truth doesn't need to be defended with elaborate explanations. Love doesn't require you to convince others that you are loved. You have been working overtime to explain away red flags, to rationalize concerning behaviors, to minimize hurtful actions. This mental and emotional labor is exhausting because you are fighting against your own wisdom. Deep down, you know that some things cannot and should not be explained away. Deep down, you know that love should be obvious, not questionable. The fourth sign has been the feeling that you are giving much more than you are receiving. Healthy relationships have a natural rhythm of give and take, of mutual investment, of shared responsibility for the connection's success. When you find yourself constantly initiating contact, always making plans, consistently being the one who apologizes first, you are in a one-sided relationship. I did not design you to carry the full weight of any relationship. You were created for partnerships where both people invest equally in the connection's health and growth. The exhaustion you feel comes from trying to love enough for two people, trying to care enough for someone who is not matching your investment. The fifth sign has been the way this relationship has affected your relationship with me and with others. The right person will draw you closer to me, not pull you away. They will enhance your other relationships, not compete with them or cause you to isolate from people who love you. If you find yourself praying less, attending church less, or seeing friends and family less because of this relationship, it is not from me. I want to add to your life, not subtract from it. I want to multiply your joy, not divide your attention from what matters most. The person I have for you will encourage your spiritual growth, celebrate your other relationships, and support your connection with me. They will enhance your life, not complicate it. Your spirit has been trying to get your attention through these signs, because I love you too much to let you settle for less than my best. I have been gently, persistently, lovingly showing you that this relationship is not aligned with my plan for your life. Today, stop ignoring these signs and start trusting the wisdom I have placed within you. The peace you've been missing will return when you align your choices with my guidance. The joy you've been seeking will flow when you release what was never meant to be yours. The love you've been craving will come when you make space for the right person to enter your life. Trust the signs, beloved. Trust your spirit. Trust my love for you that refuses to let you settle for anything less than the beautiful, peaceful, life-giving relationship I have designed specifically for your heart. Precious child, I need to address something that has been keeping you bound to this person, even when your mind knows the relationship should end. Unhealthy soul ties and emotional bondage that have been created through your connection. These invisible chains are stronger than physical restraints, but today, I am breaking every chain and setting you completely free. Soul ties are spiritual connections that form between people through emotional intimacy, physical closeness, shared experiences, and deep emotional investment. When healthy, these ties create beautiful bonds between people who are meant to be connected. But when formed with the wrong person or in unhealthy circumstances, they become chains that keep you bound to what you should be free from. You have created soul ties with this person through the vulnerable moments you shared, the secrets you revealed, the hopes you built together, and the emotional investment you made in their life. These ties have made it feel impossible to imagine your life without them, even when your peace and well-being have been sacrificed for the connection. But beloved, I am the God who breaks chains and sets captives free. No soul tie is stronger than my power to release you. No emotional bondage is more powerful than my ability to liberate you. No spiritual connection is more binding than my freedom is liberating. Today I am cutting every unhealthy tie that binds you to this person. I break the tie of false hope that has convinced you that this person will change, that the relationship will improve, that your love will be enough to transform them. This hope has become a chain because it keeps you waiting for something that is not part of my plan. True hope is based on my promises, not on human potential for change. I sever the tie of trauma bonding that was created through the cycle of conflict and reconciliation, hurt and healing, breakup and makeup that has characterized this relationship. The intensity you felt during the good times was magnified by the pain of the difficult times, creating an addiction to the emotional roller coaster that feels like love, but is actually bondage. I cut the tie of fear that has made you believe you cannot live without this person, that you will never find love again, that this is your only chance for happiness. This fear has been a lie from the enemy designed to keep you in a relationship that limits your potential and delays your destiny. You were complete before you met them, and you will be complete after they leave. I destroy the tie of misplaced identity that has made you define yourself through this relationship. You are not who you are because of who you are with. Your value is not determined by their treatment of you. Your worth is not measured by their love for you. You are my beloved child, chosen and cherished, with or without this relationship. I demolish the tie of sexual bonding that may have been created if physical intimacy was part of this relationship. Physical connection creates spiritual bonds that can make it feel impossible to separate, even when the relationship is unhealthy. But my power is greater than any physical connection, and I am breaking every bond that was not created within the covenant of marriage. I break the tie of shared dreams that has made it feel like releasing this person means releasing your future. The dreams you built together were not from me if they involved someone who was not meant to stay in your life. I have better dreams for you, bigger plans for your future, and a person who will share those dreams with commitment and consistency. I sever the tie of guilt that has made you feel responsible for their emotional well-being, their spiritual growth, or their life choices. You are not their savior. I am. You are not their keeper. I am. You are not responsible for fixing them, healing them, or changing them. That is my job, and I can do it with or without your involvement. As these soul ties are broken, you may feel a temporary sense of loss or emptiness. This is normal and does not mean you are making a mistake. When chains are removed from someone who has worn them for a long time, there is an adjustment period as freedom becomes familiar. The emptiness will be filled with my peace, my love, and my plans for your future. You may also experience attempts from this person to re-establish the connection, to pull you back into the familiar patterns, to reactivate the soul ties that have been broken. Be strong in your freedom, beloved. Do not allow them to re-chain what I have liberated. Protect your emotional boundaries like you would protect physical boundaries. From this moment forward, you are free to love without bondage, to hope without delusion, to dream without limitation. You are free to be yourself without having to adjust to someone else's dysfunction. You are free to receive the love you deserve without settling for the love you have been given. Walk in this freedom, precious one. It is yours by divine right, purchased by my love, and maintained by my power. You are no longer bound to what was never meant to bind you. My beloved child, what feels like loss to you is actually protection from me. What appears to be rejection is really my redirection. What seems like the end of love is actually the beginning of better love. I remove people from your life not to punish you, but to protect you from what they would have cost you if they had stayed. I see the full picture of your life, past, present, and future. I see not only who this person is today, but who they are becoming. I see not only how they are treating you now, but how they would treat you later. I see not only the current dysfunction, but the future damage that would result from allowing this relationship to continue. The person I am removing from your life would have limited your potential if they had stayed. Their lack of vision for your future would have become your lack of vision. Their inability to dream big would have stunted your dreams. Their resistance to growth would have hindered your development. I am protecting your potential by removing their influence from your life. This person would have cost you your peace permanently if I had not intervened. The anxiety you feel now from the ending of the relationship would have been nothing compared to the chronic stress you would have experienced trying to maintain a connection with someone who was fundamentally incompatible with your spirit. I am protecting your mental and emotional health. They would have delayed your destiny if they had remained in your life. The time and energy you would have continued to invest in trying to make this relationship work would have been time and energy stolen from your purpose. The emotional bandwidth you would have used managing their dysfunction would have been bandwidth unavailable for your calling. I am protecting your destiny. This relationship would have eventually required you to compromise your values, lower your standards, and abandon your convictions. Staying with someone who is not aligned with your spiritual journey eventually demands spiritual compromise. You would have found yourself making choices that contradicted your beliefs just to keep the peace. I am protecting your integrity. The financial cost of this relationship would have been enormous if it had continued. Whether through their irresponsibility, their lack of ambition, their poor decisions, or their unwillingness to partner with you in building a stable future, this person would have been a financial liability. I am protecting your resources for the person who will be a financial partner, not a burden. Your other relationships would have suffered if this person had remained in your life. Their jealousy of your friendships, their discomfort with your family connections, their need to monopolize your time and attention would have gradually isolated you from people who truly love you. I am protecting your support system. Your relationship with me would have been damaged if this connection had continued. Their influence would have gradually pulled you away from prayer, worship, church attendance, and spiritual growth. Not necessarily through direct opposition, but through subtle pressure, competing priorities, and spiritual indifference. I am protecting our relationship. The children you may have in the future are being protected by this removal. Can you imagine trying to co-parent with someone who cannot communicate healthily with you? Can you picture the dysfunction that would have been passed down to another generation? I am protecting your future family. Your health would have deteriorated under the chronic stress of this relationship. The constant anxiety, the emotional exhaustion, the sleep disruption, the physical tension. All of this would have taken a toll on your body that could have had lasting consequences. I am protecting your physical well-being. Most importantly, I am protecting your heart from becoming hardened, cynical, and closed to love. Staying in the wrong relationship too long can damage your ability to trust, to hope, to love freely. I am removing this person before their behavior can create wounds in your heart that would take years to heal. The pain you feel now is the pain of a surgical procedure. It hurts, but it is healing you. The removal of this person is like the removal of a cancer, difficult but necessary for your survival and thriving. What feels like loss is actually the gift of freedom, wrapped in the temporary packaging of grief. Trust my protection, beloved. Trust that what I remove from your life is always replaced with something better. Trust that my timing in endings is as perfect as my timing in beginnings. Trust that I love you too much to let you settle for anything less than my absolute best for your life. What I am protecting you from will become clear in time. When you meet the right person, you will understand why the wrong person had to go. When you experience healthy love, you will be grateful that unhealthy love was removed. When you see what I had planned for you, you will thank me for protecting you from what would have prevented it. Precious one, I know that the ending of this relationship feels like rejection, and that rejection has reopened wounds from your past. The voice in your head is telling you that you are not enough, that you are unlovable, that there is something fundamentally wrong with you. Today, I am healing every wound of rejection and replacing those lies with the truth of how precious you are to me. First, you must understand that this person's inability to love you properly is not a reflection of your lovability. It is a reflection of their capacity. Some people are simply not equipped to love well, not because of anything wrong with you, but because of their own unhealed wounds, their own limitations, their own journey. Their rejection says nothing about your worth, and everything about their readiness for real love. The wound of rejection often begins early in life and gets reopened by each subsequent experience of being left, abandoned, or chosen against. Each rejection feels like confirmation of the lie that you are somehow defective, somehow less than, somehow unworthy of being chosen and cherished. But beloved, these experiences were never meant to define you. They were meant to drive you to me for healing. I want to heal the original wound first, the first time you felt rejected, abandoned, or unloved. Whether it was a parent who was physically or emotionally absent, a caregiver who made you feel like a burden, or circumstances that made you feel unwanted, I was there in that moment. I saw your little heart break, and I have been waiting to heal it ever since. You are not rejected by me, precious child. You are chosen, selected, hand-picked from before the foundation of the world. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you and chose you. Before you took your first breath, I loved you with an everlasting love. Before you did anything right or wrong, I decided that you were worth dying for. The rejection you experienced from this person is actually redirection from me. I am steering you away from someone who could not recognize your value, and towards someone who will celebrate it. I am guiding you away from someone who would have diminished your light, and towards someone who will fan it into flame. Every person who has rejected you has actually done you a favor, though it didn't feel like it at the time. They cleared the space in your life for someone better. They freed you from a connection that would have limited you. They removed themselves from a position they were not qualified to hold in your life. I want you to see rejection through new eyes, beloved. Instead of seeing it as evidence that you are unworthy, see it as evidence that you are protected. Instead of viewing it as proof that you are unlovable, see it as proof that you are being saved for someone who will love you properly. Instead of interpreting it as abandonment, recognize it as divine redirection. The people who were meant to stay in your life could not be driven away by your imperfections, your struggles, or your worst moments. The people who left were never meant to stay. Their departure was not a verdict on your value. It was a revelation of their assignment in your life, which was temporary. I am healing your fear of abandonment, your terror of being left alone, your anxiety about people discovering your flaws and leaving because of them. The right people will see your flaws and choose to love you anyway. The right people will see your struggles and choose to walk through them with you. The right people will see your worst and choose to believe in your best. You are not too much for the right person, and you are not too little. You are not too broken for someone to love, and you are not too damaged for someone to cherish. You are not too complicated for someone to understand, and you are not too wounded for someone to heal alongside you. The healing I bring to your rejection wounds will actually increase your capacity to love and be loved. When you know you are accepted by me, you can love others without desperation. When you understand your worth in my eyes, you can give your heart without fear. When you receive my unconditional love, you can offer it to others without keeping score. This healing will also give you wisdom to recognize healthy love when it comes. You will no longer be attracted to people who trigger your rejection wounds. You will no longer mistake intensity for intimacy or drama for passion. You will recognize the peace, consistency, and security that characterize real love. From this moment forward, you are no longer defined by who has left you, but by who has chosen to stay. You are no longer identified by who has rejected you, but by who has accepted you. You are no longer characterized by who has abandoned you, but by who has committed to you. And most importantly, you are forever defined by my choice of you, my love for you, my commitment to you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will never reject you or abandon you. I will never consider you too much or too little. You are my beloved, and that is your eternal identity. My beloved child, one of the most important aspects of releasing this person from your life is the spirit in which you do it. You have a choice. You can release them with love and gratitude, or you can release them with bitterness and resentment. The choice you make will determine whether this experience becomes a blessing or a burden, whether it propels you forward or holds you back. Releasing with bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It doesn't hurt them, it hurts you. It doesn't change their life, it corrupts yours. It doesn't prove your point, it proves their power over your emotional well-being. Bitterness is a chain that keeps you connected to what you're trying to escape. But releasing with love, that is the path to freedom, healing, and elevation. When you choose to bless someone who has hurt you, when you forgive someone who has disappointed you, when you release someone with gratitude instead of grievance, you break every chain that would keep you bound to the pain of the past. This doesn't mean you pretend the relationship was healthy when it wasn't. It doesn't mean you minimize the pain they caused or excuse their behavior. It doesn't mean you have to trust them again or allow them back into your life. Releasing with love means acknowledging the lessons learned, the growth achieved, and the protection received through their exit from your life. Start by thanking this person in your heart for the lessons they taught you. They showed you your capacity for love, your ability to forgive, your strength to endure. They revealed your worth by showing you what you will and will not accept. They prepared you for better love by showing you what inadequate love looks like. These were valuable lessons, even if they came through pain. Thank them for the good moments you shared. Even in unhealthy relationships, there are usually some beautiful memories, some moments of joy, some experiences of connection. These moments were real, and they contributed to your growth and understanding of what you desire in a relationship. You can be grateful for these gifts without wanting to recreate the relationship. Forgive them for their inability to love you the way you deserve to be loved. This forgiveness is not for their benefit, it's for yours. Forgiveness doesn't excuse their behavior or minimize your pain. Forgiveness acknowledges that they are human, flawed and limited just like everyone else. Forgiveness releases you from the exhausting job of judge and jury. Forgive yourself for staying too long, for ignoring red flags, for hoping when evidence suggested hopelessness. You stayed because you have a beautiful heart that believes in love and transformation. You ignored warning signs because you wanted to see the best in someone. You hoped because hope is part of your nature as my child. These are not character flaws. They are expressions of your loving heart. Choose to see this person as someone who is on their own journey, struggling with their own wounds, doing the best they can with their current level of healing and maturity. This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it helps you release them with compassion rather than contempt. Hurt people, and healed people, heal people. Pray for their healing, their growth, their ability to love and be loved in healthy ways. This prayer is not about getting them back or hoping they will change for you. This prayer is about releasing them to me so that I can work in their life without your interference. This prayer frees you from feeling responsible for their spiritual journey. Bless their future relationships. This may be the hardest instruction to follow, but it is the most liberating. When you can genuinely hope that they find love, happiness, and healing with someone else, you know that your heart has been completely freed from possessiveness and bitterness. This blessing doesn't diminish your worth, it demonstrates your spiritual maturity. Speak well of them to others. You don't have to lie about your experience or pretend the relationship was healthy, but you can choose not to poison others' opinions of them. Speaking well of someone who has hurt you is a powerful act of grace that elevates your character and accelerates your healing. When memories of this person arise, choose to remember the lessons learned rather than the pain endured. Focus on how the experience contributed to your growth rather than how it detracted from your happiness. See the relationship as a chapter in your story of becoming who you are meant to be, not as a tragedy that derailed your life. This choice to release with love rather than bitterness will attract the right people into your life. Love attracts love. Grace attracts grace. Forgiveness attracts forgiveness. When you carry love in your heart instead of bitterness, you become a magnet for healthy, loving people who recognize and appreciate your beautiful spirit. The love you give in releasing this person will not be wasted. It will create space in your heart for better love. It will elevate your character for future relationships. It will demonstrate to me that you are ready for the beautiful, healthy, life-giving love I have prepared for you. Choose love, beloved. Choose forgiveness. Choose blessing. Choose freedom. Your future depends on it. Precious child, I know you have been questioning my timing in this relationship. You wonder why I allowed you to meet this person if they weren't meant to stay. You question why I permitted you to develop feelings if the relationship was destined to end. You struggle to understand why I would bring someone into your life, only to remove them later. Today, I want to reveal the perfect wisdom behind my timing. Every person enters your life at exactly the right time for exactly the right reasons, even those who are not meant to stay forever. This person came into your life when you needed to learn specific lessons, when your heart needed to be stretched in particular ways, when your character needed to be developed through certain experiences. The timing of their arrival was perfect for your spiritual growth. You were not ready for your lifetime person when this relationship began. There were areas of your heart that needed healing, aspects of your character that needed development, boundaries that needed to be established, and self-love that needed to be cultivated. This relationship was part of the process of preparing you for the love you truly deserve. If I had brought your forever person into your life before you were ready, you might have sabotaged that relationship through unhealed wounds, unclear boundaries, or unresolved issues. You might have brought the dysfunction from past relationships into a healthy one. You might have been so focused on your pain that you couldn't receive their love properly. This relationship served as a healing catalyst, beloved. It brought to the surface every unhealed wound, every unresolved issue, every unhealthy pattern that needed to be addressed. Like a skilled surgeon, I used this experience to expose what needed healing so that it could be properly treated and never trouble you again. The timing of their departure is also perfect, even though it doesn't feel that way. They are leaving now because their assignment in your life is complete. The lessons have been learned, the healing has been initiated, the growth has been achieved. Keeping them in your life longer would actually hinder your progress rather than help it. Their exit is also perfectly timed because your forever person is preparing to enter. I am orchestrating the ending of this relationship to create space for the beginning of the right one. Like a divine choreographer, I am moving people in and out of your life in perfect sequence to ensure that when your true love arrives, you are completely available to receive them. The pain you feel right now is also part of my perfect timing. This pain is doing important work in your heart. It is burning away the illusions about love that would have prevented you from recognizing real love. It is creating a deeper capacity for appreciation when healthy love arrives. It is developing your ability to distinguish between what feels good temporarily and what is good permanently. Your readiness for real love is being perfected through this experience. You are learning what you will and will not accept in a relationship. You are discovering your non-negotiables, your boundaries, your standards. You are developing the courage to walk away from anything that doesn't align with what you know you deserve. This courage will serve you well in future relationships. The character development happening through this difficult experience is precisely what you need for your destiny. The patience you are learning while waiting for resolution will serve you in your calling. The faith you are developing while trusting my plan will sustain you through future challenges. The love you are choosing despite pain will make you a powerful minister of healing to others. This person's timing in your life was also part of my protection plan. If you had met your forever person earlier, this temporary person might have interfered with that connection. If this relationship had ended sooner, you might not have learned all the lessons it was meant to teach. If it continues longer, it might delay or damage the real relationship that is coming. I am also using this timing to prepare the person who is meant for you. While you have been learning and growing through this relationship, they have been learning and growing through their own experiences. While you have been developing character, they have been developing character. While you have been healing, they have been healing. Your paths are converging at exactly the right moment. The timing ensures that when you meet your true love, you will both be ready. You will both have done the work necessary to sustain a healthy relationship. You will both have learned the lessons required to love well. You will both have developed the maturity needed to handle the blessing of real love. Your seasons of waiting have not been wasted time. They have been preparation time. Every day you have waited has been a day of becoming more ready for what I have planned. Every month of singleness has been a month of growing into the person your future spouse will fall in love with. Every year of preparation has been an investment in the quality of your future relationship. Trust my timing, beloved. Trust that this ending is actually a beginning. Trust that this closure is opening something better. Trust that this goodbye is making space for a better hello. Trust that I know exactly when to remove the temporary so that the permanent can enter. The tears you cry today water the ground for the joy that is coming tomorrow. The healing you receive now prepares your heart for the love that is approaching. The growth you achieve through this experience qualifies you for the blessing that awaits. My timing is always perfect, even when it's painful. My schedule is always right, even when it's difficult. My plan is always good, even when it's hard to understand. Trust me with the timing of your love life, precious one. What I am orchestrating is more beautiful than anything you could have planned for yourself. The end of this relationship is not the end of your love story. It is the completion of the first chapter and the beginning of the real romance that will exceed your wildest dreams. My beloved child, as I remove this person from your life, I am simultaneously preparing you for a divine assignment that requires your complete attention, full energy, and undivided focus. This relationship was not just ended to protect you from harm, it was ended to prepare you for purpose. Your calling is expanding, your assignment is evolving, and your destiny is demanding your availability. You have been so focused on trying to make this relationship work that you have had little energy left for the dreams I placed in your heart, the gifts I deposited in your spirit, or the calling I etched into your soul. This person's presence in your life was consuming bandwidth that belongs to your purpose. Their drama was stealing creativity that belongs to your destiny. I am calling you to a life of impact that will require all of your emotional, spiritual, and mental resources. The work I have assigned to you cannot be accomplished while you are distracted by relationship dysfunction. The people I am sending you to serve need you to be whole, focused, and fully present. The ministry I am entrusting to you demands your complete availability. The gifts within you have been dormant, while you poured your energy into a relationship that was never meant to be your primary focus. Your creativity has been stifled, while you tried to create something beautiful out of something broken. Your vision has been clouded while you focused on someone who couldn't see your value. It's time to redirect all of that energy toward your calling. This season of your life is about becoming who you are meant to be, not about who you are meant to be with. It's about discovering your unique contribution to the world, not about convincing someone to appreciate your contribution to their life. It's about developing your gifts, not about giving your gifts to someone who doesn't value them. The assignment I am preparing you for will require courage that can only be developed through walking away from what doesn't serve you. It will demand boundaries that can only be established through saying no to the wrong things. It will need wisdom that can only be gained through learning hard lessons about love and life. Your testimony of healing from this relationship will become part of your ministry to others. The pain you have experienced will give you compassion for others going through similar struggles. The wisdom you have gained will enable you to guide others toward healthy relationships. The freedom you receive will inspire others to pursue their own liberation. I am developing you into a leader, beloved, and leaders must know how to make difficult decisions for the greater good. Walking away from this relationship is practice for the many times you will need to choose what is right over what is easy, what is wise over what is comfortable, what serves your purpose over what serves your emotions. The time you would have continued to invest in this relationship is time I need you to invest in your gifts, your education, your spiritual development, and your preparation for greater responsibility. Every hour you spend trying to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed is an hour stolen from preparing for the work I have called you to do. Your energy is sacred, precious one. It is not unlimited, and it should not be given to anything or anyone that doesn't align with your divine assignment. The person I removed from your life was an energy drain, a creativity killer, and a vision thief. Their departure restores your resources for their intended purpose. The loneliness you may feel without this person will drive you to deeper intimacy with me. In the quiet moments when you would have been managing their emotions, you will hear my voice more clearly. In the peaceful spaces where their chaos used to reign, you will receive divine downloads about your purpose. In the freedom from their dysfunction, you will discover new dimensions of your calling. I am also preparing you to be the kind of person who can handle the success that your assignment will bring. The character development that happens through walking away from unhealthy love prepares you to receive healthy love, without becoming prideful. The humility that comes through this experience will keep you grounded when your calling elevates you. The right relationships will be attracted to you as you walk in your purpose. When you are operating in your calling, when you are using your gifts, when you are fulfilling your assignment, you will naturally connect with people who share your values, support your vision, and complement your mission. Purpose attracts purpose. Calling attracts calling. Assignment attracts assignment. But first, you must be willing to let go of the distractions, even when they feel like love. You must be willing to choose your calling over your comfort. You must be willing to prioritize your assignment over your anxiety about being alone. You must be willing to trust that what I have planned for you is better than what you have been planning for yourself. The world needs what you carry, beloved. There are people waiting for your ministry, your gifts, your unique contribution to the kingdom. But they cannot receive what you have to offer if you are not available to give it. They cannot be blessed by your calling if you are not walking in it. Embrace this season of preparation. Embrace the focus that comes from being unattached. Embrace the clarity that comes from being undistracted. Embrace the energy that comes from being undrained. Your assignment is calling, and you are finally free to answer. Precious child, as I prepare you for the beautiful, healthy, life-giving relationship that is coming your way, I need to help you establish clear standards that will protect your heart and ensure that you never again settle for less than my best for your love life. These standards are not walls to keep love out. They are filters to let only the right love in. Your standards should begin with spiritual alignment. The person I have for you will share your faith, your values, and your commitment to growing in relationship with me. They will not compete with your spiritual life, but will enhance it. They will not pull you away from church, prayer, or spiritual growth, but will participate in these activities with you. Their relationship with me will be genuine, not performed for your approval. Consistency must be non-negotiable in your future relationships. The right person will be the same person on Monday that they are on Friday. Their love for you will not fluctuate based on their mood, their circumstances, or their convenience. Their commitment to you will be steady, reliable, and unwavering. You will never have to wonder where you stand with them because their actions will consistently align with their words. Emotional safety is essential for healthy love. You should feel completely safe to be yourself with the right person. You should be able to express your feelings without fear of ridicule, rejection, or retaliation. You should be able to share your struggles without judgment, your dreams without mockery, your fears without criticism. Their response to your vulnerability should be compassion, understanding, and support. Mutual respect must be the foundation of any relationship you enter. The right person will honor your opinions even when they disagree. They will value your input even when they see things differently. They will treat you with kindness even during conflict. They will never belittle you, dismiss you, or make you feel small. Respect should flow both ways in equal measure. Communication should be healthy, honest, and helpful. The right person will be able to discuss difficult topics without becoming defensive, aggressive, or manipulative. They will listen to understand, not just to respond. They will be willing to work through problems rather than avoiding them or making you solve them alone. Conflict should lead to resolution, not repetition. Your future partner should add to your life, not subtract from it. They should enhance your peace, not destroy it. They should multiply your joy, not divide it. They should support your dreams, not compete with them. They should encourage your friendships, not isolate you from them. They should contribute to your growth, not stunt it. The person I have for you will pursue you consistently and clearly. You will not have to guess their intentions, decode their mixed signals, or wonder if they truly want to be with you. Their pursuit will be obvious, respectful, and intentional. You will never feel like you are chasing someone who is running away from commitment. Financial responsibility and partnership should characterize your future relationship. The right person will be wise with money, generous with resources, and committed to building a stable future together. They will view financial decisions as partnership opportunities, not individual choices. They will be a contributor to your financial well-being, not a drain on it. Your future spouse will celebrate your success rather than feeling threatened by it. They will encourage your dreams rather than dismissing them as unrealistic. They will support your goals rather than sabotaging them through jealousy or insecurity. They will be your biggest cheerleader, not your biggest critic. The right person will integrate well with your family and friends, and you will integrate well with theirs. While perfection isn't expected, there should be basic respect, kindness, and effort to build relationships with the people who matter to you. Isolation tactics, jealousy of your relationships, or attempts to turn you against people who love you are red flags that should never be ignored. Physical affection and intimacy should feel natural, comfortable, and mutually enjoyed. There should be chemistry, attraction, and a desire to be close to one another. But this physical connection should be built on emotional and spiritual intimacy, not used as a substitute for it. Most importantly, the right person will love you for who you are, not for who they hope to change you into. They will see your flaws and choose to love you anyway. They will witness your struggles and choose to walk through them with you. They will know your worst and still believe in your best. These standards are not unrealistic, beloved. They are the minimum requirements for healthy love. Do not let anyone convince you to lower these standards out of fear that you will end up alone. It is better to be alone with your standards intact than to be in a relationship that requires you to abandon them. The person I have prepared for you will meet these standards naturally because they will have done their own work of healing, growing, and becoming ready for healthy love. When two whole people come together, beautiful things happen. When two healed people unite, extraordinary love is created. Hold fast to these standards, precious one. They will guide you toward the love you deserve and protect you from the love you don't. My beloved child, I want to reframe this season of being alone as one of the greatest gifts I could give you. The gift of sacred solitude. What feels like loneliness is actually an invitation to intimacy with me. What appears to be emptiness is actually space being created for fulfillment. What seems like punishment is actually preparation for blessing. In this culture that fears being alone, that equates solitude with failure, that measures worth by relationship status, I want to teach you the profound value of seasons when you belong only to me. These are not empty seasons. They are full seasons, rich with purpose, pregnant with possibility, overflowing with opportunity for growth that can only happen in solitude. Sacred solitude is where you discover who you are when no one else is defining you, influencing you, or expecting things from you. It is where you learn to enjoy your own company, to appreciate your own thoughts, to celebrate your own achievements. It is where you develop the strong sense of self that is essential for healthy relationships. In solitude, you learn to hear my voice more clearly because there are fewer competing voices. You develop spiritual sensitivity that would be impossible in the noise of a dysfunctional relationship. You receive revelations about your purpose that require quiet to download. You experience breakthroughs that need space to unfold. This season is where you fall in love with your own life, your own dreams, your own journey. You learn to create joy that doesn't depend on another person's presence. You develop peace that doesn't require another person's approval. You cultivate happiness that doesn't need another person's validation. Sacred solitude is where you heal from the wounds that unhealthy relationships created. Without the constant reopening of old hurts through dysfunction, your heart can finally heal completely. Without the ongoing stress of managing someone else's emotions, your nervous system can finally calm down. Without the continuous drain of giving more than you receive, your energy can finally restore. In this season, you develop the boundaries that will protect your future relationships. You learn to say no without guilt, to prioritize your own needs without selfishness, to maintain your identity without compromise. You discover what you will and will not accept, what serves you and what depletes you, what adds to your life and what subtracts from it. This time alone is where you pursue dreams that were put on hold, explore interests that were neglected, develop gifts that were dormant. Without the distraction of relationship drama, you can focus on becoming the person you were created to be. Without the limitation of someone else's vision for your life, you can pursue your own. Sacred solitude allows you to develop a rich relationship with me that becomes the foundation for all other relationships. When your primary source of love, validation, and security comes from me, you enter future relationships from a place of wholeness rather than neediness. You can love others without desperation, give without keeping score, and receive without fear. This season is also where you learn to be comfortable with yourself, to enjoy your own company, to appreciate your own worth. When you know you are complete on your own, you won't settle for someone who makes you feel incomplete. When you love yourself properly, you won't accept love that is improper. In solitude, you develop the emotional intelligence that will serve you well in future relationships. You learn to process your own emotions without dumping them on others. You develop the ability to self-soothe, self-encourage, and self-motivate. You become emotionally whole rather than emotionally dependent. This time alone is where you create the life you want, the environment you love, the routine that serves you. You learn what brings you joy, what brings you peace, what brings you energy. You develop preferences, opinions, and desires that are truly your own, not influenced by someone else's expectations or demands. Sacred solitude is preparation for sacred partnership. The healthier you become in your alone time, the healthier your future relationships will be. The more whole you become as an individual, the more you will attract other whole individuals. The more you learn to love yourself, the more you will be able to recognize genuine love from others. Don't rush out of this season, beloved. Don't fill the space with just anyone to avoid being alone. Don't mistake loneliness for a signal that you need to lower your standards. Instead, embrace this gift of solitude as a sacred opportunity to become the person you were created to be. When the right person arrives, you will be grateful for this season of preparation. You will be thankful that you learned to be whole before you tried to be half of something. You will appreciate the foundation of self-love that makes receiving love from others possible. This solitude is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is not punishment, it is preparation. It is not loneliness, it is divine appointment with yourself and with me. Embrace it, enjoy it, and watch how it transforms you into the person ready for extraordinary love. Precious child, as I prepare your heart for the beautiful relationship that is coming your way, I want to teach you how to recognize divine connections so that you never again waste time trying to force relationships that I did not ordain. True divine connections have distinct characteristics that set them apart from human attractions, emotional attachments, or circumstantial encounters. A divine connection will enhance your relationship with me rather than compete with it. The right person will draw you closer to prayer, worship, church attendance, and spiritual growth. They will celebrate your faith rather than mock it, encourage your spiritual disciplines rather than distract from them, and participate in your spiritual journey rather than stand apart from it. Their presence in your life will make you more spiritually sensitive, not less. Divine connections are marked by peace, not chaos. When you meet the person I have prepared for you, there will be a deep sense of rightness, of things falling into place naturally. You won't feel anxious, confused, or constantly off balance. Instead, you will experience a settling in your spirit, a calmness in your heart, and a confidence that this connection is blessed by me. The timing of divine connections aligns with my perfect will for both people involved. Neither of you will have to compromise your calling, abandon your dreams, or sacrifice your purpose to be together. Instead, your individual callings will complement each other. Your dreams will align, and your purposes will enhance one another. You will be better together than you were apart. In divine connections, communication flows naturally and healthily. You will be able to discuss difficult topics without fear, share your heart without judgment, and express your needs without ridicule. Conflict, when it occurs, will lead to deeper understanding and stronger connection, rather than division and resentment. You will feel heard, understood, and valued. The person I have prepared for you will see your worth immediately and consistently. You won't have to convince them of your value, prove your worthiness, or earn their love. They will recognize the treasure that you are and treat you accordingly. Their actions will align with their words, and their commitment will be unwavering. Divine connections are reciprocal. Both people invest equally in the relationship's success. Both contribute to each other's growth and happiness. Both make sacrifices for the other's well-being. Both prioritize the relationship and work to maintain its health. There is balance, mutuality, and shared responsibility. The right person will integrate well into your existing relationships and support system. They will respect your family, value your friendships, and understand the importance of your community. They won't try to isolate you from people who love you or compete with your other relationships. Instead, they will appreciate and add to your support network. In divine connections, both people maintain their individual identities while creating a beautiful unity. You won't lose yourself in the relationship or require your partner to lose themselves. You will complement each other without becoming codependent, support each other without enabling dysfunction, and love each other without possessiveness. The physical attraction in divine connections is accompanied by emotional, intellectual, and spiritual attraction. You will be drawn to their mind, their heart, their character, and their spirit, not just their appearance. The chemistry will be strong, but it will be balanced by compatibility in all areas of life. Divine connections produce good fruit in both people's lives. Your character will improve, your peace will increase, your joy will multiply, and your effectiveness in life will enhance. You will become better versions of yourselves together, not worse versions. The relationship will be a source of growth, not stagnation. The person I have for you will have done their own healing work and will be emotionally available for healthy love. They won't be carrying unresolved wounds that make them incapable of genuine intimacy. They won't be looking for you to fix them, complete them, or heal them. They will come to the relationship whole and ready to love well. In divine connections, there is a natural progression toward commitment. The relationship moves forward at a healthy pace, with both people growing more certain of their love for each other over time. There is no confusion about intentions, no mixed signals about the future, no fear about commitment. The path toward marriage feels natural and inevitable. Most importantly, divine connections are covered by my blessing and favor. Doors will open for your relationship that wouldn't open otherwise. Resources will be provided that exceed your natural ability to acquire them. Protection will surround your connection that guards it from destructive forces. My hand will be obviously upon your union. You will know when you meet your divine connection because your spirit will recognize what your heart has been waiting for. The questioning, the uncertainty, the confusion that characterized your previous relationship will be replaced by knowing, confidence, and clarity. You will simply know that this is right, this is blessed, this is from me. Wait for these characteristics, beloved. Don't settle for less than divine connection. Don't compromise these standards because you fear being alone. Don't convince yourself that unhealthy connections can become healthy over time. The person I have prepared for you will meet these criteria naturally, because they have been prepared by me for you. My beloved child, as we near the end of this journey of release and healing, I want to focus on preparing your heart to receive the extraordinary love that is coming your way. Your heart has been wounded, your trust has been shaken, and your hope has been challenged. But I am making you ready for a love that will heal every wound, restore every breach of trust, and fulfill every hope you have carried. The first step in preparing your heart is to forgive completely, not just this person who is leaving your life, but everyone who has ever hurt you in the area of love. Unforgiveness is like scar tissue on the heart. It prevents full function and limits capacity. I want to remove every scar, heal every wound, and restore your heart to its original capacity for love. Forgive the parent who modeled unhealthy love patterns. Forgive the first person who broke your heart. Forgive the friend who betrayed your trust. Forgive the family member who made you feel unworthy of love. Forgive yourself for the choices you made out of woundedness. This forgiveness isn't about excusing their behavior. It's about freeing your heart to love again. The second step is to renew your mind with the truth about love. You have believed lies about what love looks like, how it feels, and what it requires. These lies came from broken examples, wounded people, and cultural deceptions. I want to replace every lie with truth, every misconception with revelation, every distortion with clarity. Real love is patient, kind, and consistent. It doesn't manipulate, control, or demand. It doesn't keep score of wrongs or hold grudges. It doesn't insist on its own way or become easily angered. It believes the best, hopes for the best, and endures through difficulties. This is the love I am preparing you to receive and to give. The third step is to heal your relationship with yourself. You cannot love others well if you do not love yourself properly. You cannot receive love authentically if you do not believe you deserve it. You cannot maintain healthy boundaries if you do not value your own well-being. Self-love is not selfishness. It is stewardship of the precious life I have given you. Learn to speak to yourself the way I speak to you, with kindness, encouragement, and grace. Treat yourself the way you would treat a beloved friend. Celebrate your accomplishments, forgive your mistakes, and believe in your potential. The relationship you have with yourself sets the standard for how others will treat you. The fourth step is to clarify your values and non-negotiables. What matters most to you in life? What principles will you not compromise? What behaviors will you not tolerate? What kind of treatment do you require? Having clear values makes decision-making easier and protects you from settling for less than you deserve. Write down your values. Post them where you can see them. Let them guide your choices in dating and relationships. When someone's actions contradict your values, you will know immediately that they are not the right person for you. Values are like a GPS for your love life. They keep you on the right path. The fifth step is to develop emotional intelligence and communication skills. Learn to identify your emotions, express them appropriately, and process them healthily. Learn to listen actively, speak truthfully, and resolve conflict constructively. These skills will serve you well in your future relationship and help you build the kind of love that lasts. The sixth step is to cultivate a rich, full life as a single person. Develop hobbies, pursue interests, build friendships, serve others, and follow your dreams. When you have a full life as an individual, you enter relationships from a place of wholeness rather than neediness. You can share your life with someone rather than expecting them to become your life. The seventh step is to increase your spiritual sensitivity so that you can recognize my voice when I speak to you about relationships. Spend time in prayer, study my word, practice listening for my guidance, and obey what I tell you. The better you know my voice, the more quickly you will recognize when I am leading you towards someone or warning you away. The eighth step is to surround yourself with healthy examples of love. Spend time with couples who have strong, godly marriages. Learn from their example, ask for their advice, and let their relationship show you what healthy love looks like. Distance yourself from people who model dysfunction and call it love. The ninth step is to trust my timing completely. I know exactly when you will be ready for true love, and when your future spouse will be ready for you. I know exactly when your paths should cross and when your hearts should unite. My timing is always perfect, even when it feels slow to you. The final step is to maintain hope and expectancy. Despite the disappointment you have experienced, despite the pain you have endured, despite the confusion you have felt, continue to believe that I have beautiful love prepared for you. Your hope is not naive. It is prophetic. Your expectancy is not foolish. It is faith. Your heart is being prepared for someone who will cherish it, protect it, and help it flourish. Your love story is being written by my hand, and it will be more beautiful than anything you could have imagined. The best love of your life is still ahead of you, and your heart is being made ready to receive it. Trust the process, beloved. Trust my preparation. Trust my timing. Trust my love for you that refuses to let you settle for anything less than extraordinary. My most beloved child, as we conclude this sacred journey of healing and preparation, I want you to understand that this is not an ending. It is a beginning. The removal of this person from your life was not the conclusion of your love story, but the completion of the first chapter and the opening of the real romance that will exceed every dream you have ever dared to dream. Every tear you have cried has watered the ground for the joy that is coming. Every prayer you have prayed has moved heaven on your behalf. Every act of faith you have demonstrated has activated my promises in your life. Every moment of trust you have shown has positioned you for the miracle of true love that is now approaching your life. The person I have been preparing for you has been on their own journey of becoming ready for you. While you have been healing, they have been healing. While you have been growing, they have been growing. While you have been learning to love yourself, they have been learning to love themselves. While you have been developing your relationship with me, they have been developing their relationship with me. Your paths are converging with divine precision. Your hearts are being prepared to recognize each other immediately. Your spirits are being tuned to the same frequency, so that when you meet, there will be an instant knowing, a deep recognition, a settling in your soul that says, "This is right, this is blessed, this is from God." The love that is coming to you will be worth every tear you have shed, every struggle you have endured, every disappointment you have faced. It will be so beautiful, so healthy, so life-giving that you will understand why nothing else worked out. You will be grateful for every wrong relationship that ended because it led you to the right one. This person will love you with the love you have always deserved but never received. They will see your worth and celebrate it daily. They will cherish your heart and protect it carefully. They will support your dreams and help make them reality. They will complement your strengths and lovingly help you with your weaknesses. Together, you will create a love that reflects my love for my people. Your relationship will be a testimony to my goodness, my faithfulness, and my perfect timing. Your marriage will be a beacon of hope for others who are still waiting for their own love story to unfold. Your union will demonstrate what happens when two people wait for my best instead of settling for less. The life you will build together will exceed your individual dreams. The ministry you will share will touch lives you cannot imagine. The legacy you will leave will impact generations you will never meet. The love you will model will inspire others to wait for and work toward healthy relationships. But until that beautiful day when your hearts unite in holy matrimony, I want you to live fully in this season of preparation. Embrace every day as a gift, every opportunity as divine appointment, every challenge as character development. Use this time to become the person your future spouse is praying for, just as they are becoming the person you are praying for. Continue to walk closely with me, for intimacy with me is the foundation for every other healthy relationship in your life. Continue to love yourself well, for you cannot give what you do not possess. Continue to pursue your calling, for your purpose is part of what will attract the right person to you. Do not settle for anything less than the love I have described in these chapters. Do not compromise your standards out of loneliness or fear. Do not convince yourself that you are asking for too much when you ask for healthy love. Do not believe the lie that you should take whatever love is offered to you. You are worthy of extraordinary love, beloved. You deserve someone who will fight for your relationship, not someone you have to fight to keep. You merit someone who will choose you daily, not someone who makes you wonder if you are chosen. You are entitled to someone who will love you consistently, not someone whose love fluctuates with their mood. The enemy will try to convince you to go back to what you have left behind. He will remind you of the good moments from unhealthy relationships. He will whisper that you are being too picky, too demanding, too unrealistic. But do not listen to his lies. You have come too far to turn back now. You have grown too much to shrink back into what no longer fits. Your love story is beginning now, not when you meet your future spouse, but in this moment when you choose to believe that you are worthy of real love. It begins with your decision to wait for what you deserve rather than accepting what is merely available. It starts with your commitment to love yourself well, while you wait for someone who will love you even better. I am so proud of you for having the courage to release what was not meant for you. I am so proud of you for choosing your healing over your hurt feelings. I am so proud of you for trusting my plan over your own understanding. I am so proud of you for believing that your best days are ahead of you, not behind you. Your beautiful love story begins now, precious one. The pen is in my hand. The plot is unfolding perfectly, and the best chapters are yet to be written. Trust me with your heart, trust me with your future, and trust me with your love story. What I am writing will be more beautiful than anything you could have imagined. The person who was not meant to stay has served their purpose and departed. The person who is meant to stay is approaching and will arrive at exactly the right time. Your heart is healed, your standards are set, your hope is renewed, and your love story is about to become everything you have always believed it could be. I love you with an everlasting love, and I cannot wait for you to experience the earthly reflection of that love through the person I have prepared specifically for your heart. Your forever love is coming, beloved, and it will be worth the wait.